Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your December 12th, 2021 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before I begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Capricorn, December 12th, 2021, Capricorn. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have Justice, and we have the Chariot. Now this is Libra energy and Cancer energy coming forward. So if we have Libra or Cancer within our natal chart, that comes through very powerfully here at our rooted self. We have Justice coming through again, which is again Libra energy. The Page of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the Six of Swords. So if we have fire sign energy or Libra, again, within our natal chart, this hits us very much at a personal level, in our inner self. Then we have our emotional self. We have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands, air sign energy for the swords, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and again, fire sign energy for the wands. This one is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There we go. For the swords, amplifying the Libra energy. For the wands, it's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, coming through very powerfully from our natal chart in our emotional self. Then we have the King of Swords. So we have the King and the Queen of Swords, which is amazing. And we have the High Priestess. So we have the King and the Queen. Whenever we have the King and the Queen from the same suit, from the same deck, that's a soulmate connection, a true love connection. Here, it's like almost. So it's almost a soulmate connection. It's almost a true love connection. There's something from our emotional world and our public world that's going to come forward, that's going to be intertwined with each other. So be prepared for that. Let's see the energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. The Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is the energy of a person who gives insults and compliments like mixed into one. This is a person who's astoundingly cutting with their words, astoundingly vicious and sardonic and sarcastic, and they just have a way of wearing you down. So just be mindful of that. Then we have our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is psychic development. This is the third eye chakra. We're going to start to develop more and more into our psychic self, our holistic self, into our intuition and development of soul and spirit. So here, there's just a beautiful power coming forward. And if we accept this, if we embrace this, we're going to find ourselves really being able to traverse this time with a lot less speed bumps. So let's talk about this time, the angel number 1212, and also astrologically. Now, on the 12th of December, we have the Sun squared Neptune. Now, this is going to be a bit intense because this creates battles where we have our own insecurities. So this is going to be something we need to be mindful of. We're also going to be very sensitive and caring with this alignment. So when we're having to face these hardships, these hurts, these pains, we're going to feel it much more deeply. Now, the angel number 1212 is really quite good with dealing with the alignment of the Sun squared Neptune, because this angel number pushes us to move forward. It reminds us to believe in ourselves and to create balance within our life. Also to appreciate the meaningful relationships and not so much the not meaningful relationships, the relationships that are trying to pull us down. It's keeping peace within our lives and stepping out of our comfort zone. It's staying focused on our dreams and knowing that our dreams are being manifested within our waking world, within our lives. So this is going to be a time and that's really quite powerful for us. And it's the last angel number of the year. And as we're embracing this, we're embracing ourselves more and more. And so here we're being just. And that's going to be something that is at the root of us, the sense of justice, but not only the white page, black print, like this, it's the letter of the law type of deal. This is being just to ourselves emotionally, to ourselves personally. This is saying, I want that energy in my life. And you know what? That energy, it doesn't vibe with me. I don't like it. I don't need it. And I'm not going to let it in anymore. It's being it's bringing balance back. And it's remembering to put ourselves forward. It then has the Chariot, and the Chariot is our love. The Chariot is our hearts guiding us, our passion, our determination. And this is a time where we're starting to connect with our hearts more and more. The Seven of Swords the Six of Swords is boundaries. We're taking up our knowledge. We're taking up everything that we've discovered about ourselves, everything that we know about ourselves, and we're moving forward towards where we need to be, towards where we want to be, towards a new horizon. Yes, the emotions are intense, and that's why we need to be mindful of our boundaries, but also the prospect of what lies ahead is brilliant. It brings us to the Page of Wands. It brings us to being a student of our fire and our passion. It brings us to an innocence of being able to create and being able to cultivate, being able to see, being able to push ourselves forward in a way that we had forgotten. There's the innocence of the child that is coming forward again and again during this time for us emotionally, inwardly. And as we're embracing this, we're embracing ourselves, we're embracing what we want from our lives, we're embracing the way that we move forward and what we're looking towards. And I do apologize for that noise. That's Esme, my dog. And what we're doing here is we're starting to see that fire and that passion come back. We're starting to see ourselves again, not in the you should be doing better and I can't believe you didn't ace that or do that perfectly the first time out, but in a way that's saying, let me be just, let me be mindful, let me be caring to myself. We're also going to start to look at new opportunities to embrace our passion, to look at what we desire, to fuel our fire forward. And it brings us to justice. It brings us to being just within our lives. It brings us to finding our balance. It brings us to looking for ourselves and at ourselves with honesty and integrity and determination. We're going to be looking at things, and instead of saying, okay, how is this just to everybody else? It's like, how is this just to me? But it's also upholding our responsibilities. It's looking at what needs to be done and doing so in a caring, mindful, balanced way. We then have the Queen of Swords at our heart. That same energy that we're being told to be mindful of is also going to be an energy that we really embrace. So the Queen of Swords at her best is this person of wit and of knowledge, this person who just has a mind that is sharp and brilliant and beautiful, can make connections with things that Most people cannot. And that's what we're embracing here. We're also embracing the time and the effort it takes to be proficient at a sword or with a sword. So the sword is the only weapon within the tarot. And the sword is the weapon of nobility. In medieval times, no peasant was allowed to have a sword. They just weren't. It was against the law and you could be killed. You see the paintings of peasant uprisings, right? And they have pitchforks and they have, shovels. And I always thought that was artistic license, where they're really kind of hammering through the point of these people didn't have the money for weaponry. And yet that wasn't the point at all. It was the point of that's what they were allowed to use. That's all they had to fight back against their oppressors. And so here we have the sword. We are armed with a very powerful, very skilled weapon. And we're cutting through so much nonsense, so much hurt, so much pain, so much disappointment within our hearts, and our mind are starting to come together. We're starting to see a way to put things together, to move things forward, to embrace ourselves, and it moves us to the Knight of Wands. It moves us to fire and passion and determination. It moves us in a way that illuminates our world more and more. And as we do so, we're embracing here the sacral chakra. Now here we're cloaked in the third eye chakra. So we're starting to see things much more clearly with the Queen of Swords. With the sacral chakra, we're looking at our heartbreaks, our pains, our disappointments. We're looking at, everything that has held us back. We're also looking at our dreams and our creativity and our sensuality. And we're starting to say, why? Why aren't I moving forward in the power that is me, in the desire that is me? And this is a time where our fire gets ignited, our hearts become illuminated, and it moves us to the King of Swords. It moves us to this claiming of our throne, claiming of our power, claiming of our mind and our insight and our ideas. And what we're doing here is cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. What we're doing here is saying, I want the facts, I want to see it out clearly, and I need to move forward in the knowledge that I have and in the knowledge that I hold true and that I live by. The High Priestess is lifting the veil from our eyes. We're not going to be seeing things the same way anymore. We're not going to be seeing people with the mask that they want to present themselves with. We're going to be seeing them for who they truly are, just as we're going to be seeing ourselves for who we truly are. And we're not going to be able to lie to ourselves and say, oh, well, I'll get there one day. Or, oh, that doesn't really bother me or matter to me. It does. And this is going to be a time for us where we're embracing that knowledge, where we're looking at our hearts and our souls and ourselves, and we're connecting with such deeper wisdom than we ever realized. It brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of, and this is the Freyot. This is Sagittarius energy. We have to be mindful of wanting to dive too deeply into things, also using other people's truths as our truths. And it's not bad necessarily to say, oh, well, this person's beliefs match up with my beliefs and that's perfect. But this is going to be somebody who sees things quite differently than we do. And they're on a very certain journey for themselves. And if we start to incorporate that within our lives, it's just not going to be right for us. So be mindful there. We have our subconscious chakra energy, which is the heart chakra, and it's the inner child. We need to connect with our inner child. It's holding our arms open to the child that we once were and saying, I love you. I'm here for you. I'm connecting with you. I see you. And letting that child run into our arms and be safe and be loved and just be connected. It moves us to our subconscious rooted energy, and that's the Tower. At our root, we have lost a lot. A lot has come crumbling down and been devastating for us. This is a time where divinity has thrown us out of our comfort zone, where we are seeing things in a new light, in a new way, to move ourselves forward, to go after what we desire. And it's not on the footing that we thought we had. It brings us to our subconscious inner self. And that is the King of Wands. The page, the student, is now the king, the person of action, the person of determination, the person of fire. We are taking all that we are learning, and we're seeing new ways to incorporate that fire, that passion into our lives. It brings us to our subconscious emotional self, And that's the Four of Pentacles. This is vampiric energy, trying to rob away our wealth, trying to rob away our prosperity. This is needing to guard our solar plexus. This is needing to guard ourselves all the time, not letting the energy flow through. It's guarding our crown chakra and also our soul star chakra and our earth star chakra, so the energy isn't getting in. And what Spirit is saying here is enough is enough. It's looking at that vampiric energy and saying, I'm done. I'm done with this ruling my life. I'm done with this being the force that guides me and is leading me. Even though subconsciously, I need to move forward in the power and in the brilliance that is me. I need to open up the doors for what I desire and what I need within my life. And so the hurtful, hateful words that pile on, the doubts and the fears, I'm releasing them. And I'm not letting them back. Well, we let them back. We always get shaky on our legs when we're expelling negativity. And we can find that negativity coming back in the oddest of ways. But this is being aware of it, and this is being ready for it. It moves us to our subconscious, public arena self. And that's the Wheel of Fortune. That's everything is changing. And this is our angels decluttering so much for us, relieving so much, heartbreak and pain and disappointment and nonsense that has got cluttered up along the way. And we're saying we're done with it. We're also going to feel like we don't quite have our footing all the time, because so much is being revealed to us with the High Priestess, but also so much is being untangled and released. And we've gotten used to the knots. We've gotten used to the mess. So be mindful of that. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and the intensity of this time. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn.